Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Last video we've been messing with the suspension and coilovers and stuff like that. So continuing on that trend, picked up some more suspension stuff. A couple weeks ago when I put the ASR lower control arms on, I showed you I broke the end links. So those finally did come. These are PLM ones. Came with the end links and some hardware, which I'm probably not going to use any of this stuff. But that was $35. We also got the Homage Development rear camber kit. So, I mean, these are super nice, and we'll get into this in a second. But basically, I'm going to get the car jacked up in the rear, pull the tires off, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so I just wanted to show you the quality difference between the ASR and the PLM. Like, the washers are pretty much the same. The ASR ones are a little bit more beefier. The other little washers, like the ASR ones, still have more of a circumference than the PLM ones, and the cone looks a lot smoother. But if you look at the ASR link compared to the PLM, you can see how much more beefy this is around here. It has a bigger nut. The threads are also thicker on this ASR one compared to these. So that's really where the price difference comes in, because these were like $80 for a set. These were $35. So you really get what you pay for. But I already went ahead, adjusted these out to 3 inches. I'll put some anti-seize inside, so hopefully these ones don't get stuck like these ones did, because I never did that with those. So we're just going to throw these on the car. We're just probably going to use all the ASR washers because they're still in good shape, and just save the PLM stuff for the future in case any bolts ever fall off or anything like that. We'll always have spares. So, end links on, tightened up. This is the passenger side, driver's side. Looking good. So I'm going to pull these wheels off now. We'll set up the honed camber kit. Here's the honed kit all out of the packaging. So you got these set of washers, and you got these set of washers that go in here. If you're using OEM trailing arms without the geometry correction on, you would just put these in like this. But I'm using the geometry correction, so I'm going to use the ones with the center hole is what they recommend. So those basically just slide in like that. So they also recommend where they have camber settings. So if you want to go plus 1 degree of camber, you adjust this out from the bottom here to the center of here to 180 millimeters. OEM is 175 millimeters, and -1 is 170. So I'm going to adjust mine out to, I guess, the 170, and then we'll pull the old ones off the car and get these installed. So I have this out at 6 3/4. 170 millimeters is 6.69 inches. So that's the closest I'm going to get, because the micrometer I have only goes out to 6 inches. So I'm fine with this. Get this camber kit off. It's pretty simple. You have 17 here. I don't know if that's the factory size, because I swapped out all these bolts and new ones. And I know the 2 bolts back here are normally 14. But I upgraded these bolts to a little bit longer, because this Blox camber kit had a thicker plate than OEM. So let's get these pulled out. So that's all on. Suspension pretty much is done now. Still waiting for new calibers to come and brake pads, because ever since I put these trailing arms on, I never fixed that. So I ordered new calibers and brake pads. So next video we'll probably be messing around with that. I know this was a pretty short video, but installing these camber kits was a breeze. Showed you in the last clip. I didn't time lapse it or anything. That's exactly how long it took to put on the car. So I would highly recommend this. There was nothing wrong with those Blox ones that were on the car. I just want to go spherical for everything. Like, these haven't even been on the car for a month. They're brand new. But they're heavier than the home development ones. And have the other Integra still, which whenever I feel like messing with that, I can always throw those on there. So if you have any questions about any of these parts or anything like that, feel free to message me or leave a comment below. I'll always get back to you. But until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.